Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Romula One. We're here for the season opener. Is season 6, round 1 here in Berlin. I am your commentator, Nathan. I'll be your main commentator. Kian said he will be joining us probably near the end of this race, but I am joined here by Playas, who I don't think you've heard his lovely voice at all. So, how are you doing, Playas?
I'm doing good, thank you. It's an exciting day. We're back for Romula, finally.
Yeah, it's been a long wait. We were slated to come back in October, but now it's December. So it's been a long, long wait to see these cars back out on the track here. And going over the practice
We got there
times.
eventually.
Yeah, we did get to here. It took a while, but we got here. Looking over the times in practice, though, we were seeing drivers in the 59.8. We got a 59.7 from James and Epic. So we'll be seeing how they do in this qualifying session. But I think the fastest ones today are Chris, who had a 59.8. Trainpig had a 59.8 as well. Epic and James also in the 59.7s. Chris there. But really, I think the four main drivers, as far as I can tell, will be James, Epic, Train, and Chris. Of course, we can't see someone outside of that group possibly go faster.
Yeah, it's looking to be an interesting quality session with both accelerates and train and both G-forces, in fact, looking fast. So it's anyone's game right now.
Yeah, I also wouldn't count out the two Spectrons there, James and ASM. They're looking pretty racy today. Green Ninja looks to be the slower, I guess, of the top 8 currently, but he's still a very decent driver.
Yeah, the entire field is looking quick with the top 10 separated by 6 tenths. And for Romula, that's bloody close.
Yeah, we ignore Simo. I think that's last, but I think that's a reserve driver.
Yeah.
So
Who
currently,
do you think is gonna get pole then?
it's
Put our predictions
really
in
a
now.
yeah, the predictions, yeah, it's really a toss up, I would assume. I mean, James always really fast. Train Pig also super fast in qualifying, but then there's also Chris who's fast. I think it's a very tough call, especially with how quick this track is and how close the times will be. But I think my pick would be James. What about you though?
I think my money has to go on Outguard.
Not
He
a,
always picks up right at the end.
it's not a bad shout. Outguard, going back to season 4, Outguard did finish second this race behind Dakar, so he's very good at this track.
Just have to wait and see. With Q1 coming to the end, the bomb 4 eliminated with Simo, Meow, whoever Unma is, and God, I hate these. And Silent.
Is
Trying
that
to find out.
yeah? If that's who I think it
Who
is
they
for,
actually are.
if that's wow.
So we've got AR Simo in P18, unlucky, but with a time of a 1:21. That's all it wrote for him. Then we've got
Take your time.
find the name eventually. We'll find. We have Martus, otherwise known as Meow Omega, in P817. Both interestingly in Isota Racing. Maybe they just got it wrong today. I know Marta's been fast in previous seasons, and they might have just got the setup wrong.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, Meow is one of the better drivers, at least from the last time we drove around in Berlin. Meow was definitely a very top driver. So I guess today's just not his day, coming back from a long hiatus.
Then in P16 we have Unmastered YouTube or Specialized Racer. Again, he's never been on the grid before, so with a team which has never been on the grid before, so we'll have to wait and see if he's got any pace in him.
Yeah, I think it's just going to take some time for that team to really get settled and find their groove in the season. But there's still a lot of time in this entire session, or this entire weekend or in season. So We'll see how they improve
And
throughout
then,
the season.
and then we've got P15 as Silent. He is a new driver as well this season with the which team logo is that?
Zanliosh.
With that team, which I can't pronounce.
Zanliosh.
Zanliosh, who are also new for this season, so they might also just be getting to grip with the cars that we have this season as well as the setups.
And then racing. So top 14 made it through then.
Yes, top 14. Oh,
Well, that's brilliant, isn't it? All right, we'll go to intermission and we'll be back here for Q2, which will probably happen in about a minute. So stay tuned for that. We are back for Q2. It's been 20 seconds, so it's not that bad. uh, but currently out on track, we're looking at Train Pig. Train Pig surely will get into Q3. We are looking at 4 drivers to be eliminated from Q2, and right now I think everyone's just trying to find a clean part of the track to finally get some time to qualify. Otherwise, you're just looking at a different car.
yeah. We're currently on board with who is this?
Train Pig.
We're on board with Train Pig, who's slated to be one of the fastest drivers as always. Let's see if he has the consistency this season, though.
That is one of the issues I think with Train Pig, is that in the race he's never that consistent. He's great on pace and he can't put up a fight, but in the race he kind of just drops off.
Yeah, usually his cat steps on the keyboard or he just crashes.
But right now he's absolutely flying here, very close to the walls there in the first sector.
Let's see if he can keep it up.
Yeah, DRS wide open going to the back straight and into the final sector through the S's. It's a very quick lap time, less than a minute for the fastest times here.
He's done.
Hasn't quite hit the apex for that one.
2 green sectors. He's down 2 temps on the current purple for sector 1, sector 2, but let's see if he can gather it all up.
Yeah, across the line he will go. P3, 1 minute point 2. Not the fastest, but it should be enough to get him into the next qualifying session. In my opinion, at least.
Only time will tell. Got 7 minutes left in Q2. Let's see what everyone else can do.
Yeah, currently fastest is James with a 1 minute point one. Outguard second fastest and Chris third fastest now. Less than a tenth between all of them.
During this key two session, shall we discuss all the new changes for this season with all the different teams and drivers entering the grid?
Yeah, we can. I have actually I have kind of forgotten the grid from last season. It has been a long time.
Yeah, there have been quite a few changes since that time. With, I think, 3 new teams, I want to say.
It does. I believe so. I can look back to last season possibly and see which ones are different.
We have 12 teams this season. Unfortunately, one of them has already bailed out. Rather unfortunate. With Flexland already leaving us, sadly.
Yeah, very unfortunate for that one.
The teams we've got in with the teams we've got in Q2, we've got Isotta Racing with Super Job in their car currently with a 1 minute 15. We have Spectron. Oh, Super Job has just gone fast with a 1 minute 1, which is more representative for him. We've got Spectron, obviously, with ASM and James, both very quick drivers in their own respect. I'm looking forward to seeing what this team can do this season with some very good results last season. And then we have another new team called, I want to say,
Probera, yeah.
Racing, with Racing 22 the best and Unmastered, 2 new drivers to the grid. Hoping that they can make an indent. So far, struggling a little bit. Then we've got Midnight Star, who have always been somewhat near, but they've lost their main driver James this season, and they have gone with Flocked and Hayars, both of who have been respectable midfield drivers. But let's see if they can take the step up this season with them currently in 8th and 9th place.
Yeah, they should be able to. Hayars is a very good driver. So is Clocks. It's a good lineup. It's not the best lineup possible, but it's a very much respectable lineup, and hopefully they can get some good points and maybe some podiums here.
Yeah, they'll be hoping for that. And then we've got another new team called Zanlioge Racing, I believe.
Zanlioge,
with
yeah.
a driver in 10th, is that?
Yeah, Astronomia.
Astronomical, I believe
It's
his name is.
Astronomical. My bad.
Yeah, he is. We've never seen him before, but he's in P10 right now, which is so far a very solid result for his debut. Let's see if he can get any further.
Yeah, currently on the bubble to get into Q3. He's already messed up that lap time, so he'll have another run.
Yes, he shall. We've still got 4 minutes to go, so it's anyone's game for who does and doesn't get into Q2, with Chris putting in a time of a 58.7.
59.7.
Yes, 50. That's my bad. 59.7 with James almost 4 tenths behind him. That is a quick lap.
All right, just a quick moment on stream. I think I just saw Super Yup absolutely bit it into a wall.
And we have a man on track in the last corner.
Just normal Romula One things. Completely normal.
Yep. And then we've got Shoe Racing back again. I believe they were on the grid last season.
Yeah, they were. They had, I believe Hios was on the team last time out.
This time they've got a reserve in currently, but this reserve is doing wonders currently in P7.
Yeah. Oh, I think, well, my bad, it wasn't
just
Hios.
Miriam.
Yeah, just Miriam. He's a decent driver. He's not going to be the best, but he's a decent driver.
Well, with him only being their reserve, you wonder what could their main drivers have done if he's only in P7.
Maybe this is his chance to take that main spot.
It gives him a good opportunity with none of the other shoe drivers currently being here.
Also,
that's for sure.
Yeah. Also, I've just noticed Chris Boy is on. He's on the medium tires. I don't know why he's on the medium compound today, but maybe just some practice.
I think he feels he's through into Q2 now. Take it a bit easy.
Yeah. Currently.
And then
Yeah. Currently not into
tried to
Q2. Q3 is ASM Green Ninja Warrior, Racing 22 and Super
and
Yup. All of them outside.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but a meme racing accelerate has just crashed into the final corner. I don't know who it is.
It's either Outguard or MLOL. You can say Brody for that one. Let's see. I don't think it's Brody. Let me see. Where
It must have
is?
been Outguard into a wall in the final corner.
Yeah, he's
And
back in the pit lane.
Outguard was
Yeah.
on for a good lap. It's
Unfortunate.
unfortunate for the accelerate driver.
Yeah. At least he's into Q3, so that's all that really matters in this session.
Then to talk about another team which is returning for this season, we have Accelerate, who now has a sponsor of Meme Racing, which will be an interesting combination.
Instead of just
This,
two different teams, it's just combined into one.
it's a combined Accelerate team with Outguard as their main driver, and I believe they've got a reserve stepping in today, but they're meant to have Dino Monkey. Is that
That's
Dino
yeah,
Monkey in
that's
the
yeah.
car?
Lawless is Dino Monkey.
He's just... So we do have Dino Monkey today. Two very strong main drivers with Dino Monkey currently struggling down in P6. Let's see if they can do anything. Both drivers being very strong drivers. Maybe it's getting used to the new cars and they're struggling with the setups, or maybe they just don't have to play so far this season.
Yeah, I think I talked to Dino Monkey a little bit earlier today. I think it's the setup that he needs to get right today, but he's still a fast driver. He'll get into the groove of things.
And then we have another new team, I believe, with HWA.
NWA,
What
NWA.
Is that NWA?
Yeah, I know what it stands for. We're not gonna say it.
Oh, okay. Well, NWA, another new team on the grid this season, with picking up Train Pig, who is a very fast and respectable driver, as well as Green Ninja Warrior, both doing extreme. Well, one of them doing extremely well,
Oh, the other one's just going over the curbs.
and that means he is almost definitely out for this session,
He's got-
leaving him down in 12th and out of Q2, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. The last time I saw him race, he was one of the title challengers for the Formula Ultimate League. Sadly, today he's out of Q2 and P12.
With this NWA team recruiting big names like Train Pig, it'll be interesting to see if they can pull anything out the bag, maybe a podium. Who knows?
Surely a podium is on the cards today for this team.
And then finally, the last team we have is, of course, G-Force, who has been a constant on the grid for a while. With them bringing Chris back into the fold for this season, as well as having Epic Lex for this season. Two very strong drivers, as shown by the end Q2 results, with Epic in P4 and Chris in P1. It'll be interesting to see if they can finally get that title.
Yeah. Also, I'm looking at our Discord right now. Please join the Discord. We are desperate for new members. Dakar has just pinged me saying he thinks Chris will get pole position, and I don't blame him for that prediction. He's very fast right now.
Yep. Chris has been a constant since midway through last season. He is inevitable now. But with the final Q2 results being Racing 22 out, along with Green Ninja Warrior and... Do you know the other two?
Say again?
The other two people out in Q2.
Oh, it's gonna be set in results soon enough. Green Ninja Warrior, I think Racing 22. It was ASM, or did he just make it through?
He was on the bubble, that's for sure.
That is true.
But we'll be back in a second once the game decides to work.
Yeah, off screen it is not working, so we will be back. Welcome back. We're about to get Q3. Uh-oh, never mind.
Uh,
I was so
well,
ready. I was
well,
so ready.
well.
uh, I think we're not back. So
Oh, I have to wait before sending a message.
I can go over who went out in Q2 real quick.
I'm not allowed to send a message. Are you kidding?
Really? Anyways, out in Q2 were the Asota of Super Yelp. It was Pro Era of Racing 22, the NWA of Green Ninja Warrior, and finally the Spectron of ASM, which is that's a big name going out in Q2
That's
ASM.
a real shock for Spectron and ASM. Everyone was expecting them to be strong this season with some late results last season, but it's just not gone their way so far.
Yeah, and honestly, looking at the top 10 that's made it through, it's a tough top 10 to make it in. So, as shocking as it is, it kind of makes sense to me, at least personally.
We do have a final session of Q3 though, with the drivers getting through to Q3 being Clocks in 10th, Astronomical in P9, Just Miriam in P8, Dino Monkey in P7, Train Pig in P6, Outguard in P5, Epic Lexa in P4, and then our top three of James with a 1 minute point one, Hayars with a 1 minute .079 in P2, which is a blinding lap from him. And then,
Yeah.
of course, in P1, we currently have Chris with a 59.7, 3 tenths quicker than the next driver, which is
Yeah,
insanity.
it's an amazing time, but we have seen other drivers make it into the 59.7s, just like James and Epic. But James did say that his lap was a fluke, so we'll have to see how it plays out in Q3 once it actually gets underway. All the drivers are finally coming out of the garage. Let me go. I hope this works, and they don't just restart the server. Time is on the board at least.
I think we're finally about to get going for Q3 with 10 minutes on the clock for those 10 drivers to see who can take pole position for a race. Should be an interesting one.
And hopefully they don't restart the server again. There we go, green flag.
We're finally here.
10 minutes to decide who gets pole position here in Berlin. With a lap time of less than 1 minute, this will be a very fast qualifying session.
Could
at least
you
a fine lap.
possibly share your screen?
Oh yeah, I got it. Right. There you go. Currently
on board with Train Pick, I believe.
That's James.
New cars, everyone.
Yeah.
We're currently on board with James, one of the front runners for this season. Let's see what he can do in his new team, Spectron, for this season.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just go on board for his first flying lap. Once he crosses the line, we can go on board with him. Gonna slow down, get a good run out of here. Just letting some cars go past him. Into turn one here. A very long right-hander. A bit of a hairpin, but it's not too slow. Not much of a braking point either. Widens out on the exit and through a few S's here, completely flat out. Next up, it's a left-hander going into a right-hander. Very quick snap of the car, and we're also very close to the wall. That was a person on track, I think. Quick left-hander, and then flat to the right onto the back straight here. DRS wide open. And now into the final sector, just about. Long right-hander, bit of a braking point here, but not the tightest braking point. Now again with the long and quick S's here. Takes a while to get through this, really. And finally back to the city section. with a quick breaking point into the right-hander, and finally to finish the lap. See
With
James
some slipstream, I believe.
should be a to the line 1 minute point 0. Puts him on pole position for now.
So quick
There we go,
lap.
Chris. Chris is now in the sub
But-
1 minutes.
But then we've got Chris and Dino with both in the 59s, just separated by 8/100ths.
Yeah, brilliant job from those two. We'll have to see who gets into the 59s next. It might be James if he actually gets a better lap, and he just needs to find a 10th.
Clearly, Dino has found some pace between the sessions, maybe altering his setup.
Yeah, he brilliant lap there. And maybe he will be able to fight for this win, or at least a good chance at a podium for Accelerate.
Accelerate looking strong for this season with possibly the best lineup on the grid with Outguard and Dino Monkey, who have both been front runners for a number of seasons now.
Yeah, I think the only issue I would say is Dino Monkey doesn't really do full seasons that often.
Let's see if he can do one this season. Only time will tell.
Is anyone on a lap right now? At least a decent lap, players.
Nope, not right now.
All right, so
Everyone's going yellow.
Well, that's unfortunate.
With Astronomical losing their front wing, maybe going back to the pit lane.
Yeah, I think he's already gone back to the pit lane. He's just decided that lap was over.
Astronomical currently down in P8 with a 1:11. That is over 10 seconds of the pace. Let's hope that's not his actual pace. But we do now have Outguard and James improving on new laps, with James setting a purple sector 1 of an 18 dead.
They're not on track, I think.
James should be.
They're not. I don't see it on the. James is now in the pit lane. He's just come out the garage, so I'm guessing he messed up on that lap.
I'm assuming he is crashed, but we
Yeah.
now have Dino Monkey going even faster with an 18.008 sector 1.
Well, here we go. Dino Monkey. Can he improve his lap? Can he take pole position away from Chris Boy through the final sector and into the final corner?
Both drivers going quicker in this next lap, with Dino Monkey having a purple sector 1 and Chris having a purple sector 2. This is going to be tight.
Well, to the line. Here comes Dino Monkey. Doesn't take
Chris
pole position. He proves it's not enough. Chris
improving before him to a 59.8. Dino Monkey would have had it if Chris didn't improve, but sadly for him, he did.
Yeah, that was definitely crucial for Chris, and now he's a 59.8. The first 59.8, I think, of the qualifying. We have seen a 59.7 before from Chris. But anyone else improving right now?
Right now we're just waiting. Astronomical possibly going on a lap with a quick sector 1, as well as Epic Lexa currently finishing off his lap, seeing if he can do any better than the 29. Oh no,
He's come out the pit lane, yeah.
We have Train Pig on the lap right now with an 18.1, seeing if he can improve on his current lap.
Yeah, currently down to P7. Surely he will be able to improve and possibly get back up into at least the top 5 if he can get a lap down here.
A green sector 2, 1/10 off of the current PB of Chris with a purple sector 1, 2 even.
Yeah. Here comes Train Pig to the line through the final corner.
See if he can do anything.
To the line, improves to P3, 59.9.
And he is now in the 59s, joining Dino and Chris. Let's see if any one of them can take pole, with Chris currently setting the benchmark. We have Outguard finishing a lap as well, but he cannot improve. As well as Clocked only going up to P8 with a 1.758. He finished down in P10 in the last session. Let's see if he can do any better. With Astronomical and Epic Lexa not setting representative times yet. but we do have an underdog currently going quicker with Hayos, currently P5 setting green sectors, going quicker than Chris Boy in sector
He's
1, in
come out the pit
fact.
lane. He's messed up that lap, unfortunately.
Oh, he's messed up. But we do have Dynamarchy setting a purple sector 1 currently. See if he can improve.
Dino Monkey, of course, a very, very quick driver through the DRS straight. Who is that right behind him? Is that Train?
I believe so.
Oh, and Dino
Oh,
Monkey decided
and
to avoid the lap.
Dynamarchy's bailed. With Chris still going on, let's see if he can improve his time. Epic Lex are up to P4. Setting a representative time finally. Maybe he's hoping he can go slightly minutes and maybe break into the 59s on his next lap, with everyone having at least time for one more lap.
Yeah, 2 minutes left on the clock here to get your final laps in. Currently, the fastest is Chris with a 59.833.
We have Astronomical going quicker. Maybe he'll finally say his representative lap, and he does with a 1 minute 0.5. Putting him in P9. That puts clocks down in P10 again. What is going on?
I mean, he did just make it into Q3 in P10, so I guess it makes sense. But I kind of expect a little bit more from him.
We have Dino Monkey going on another lap again, seeing if he can improve or whether he's going to bail this time.
Currently, we're on board with Train Pig here. Oh, he's messed up in the S's, and that's a massive accident. He's given up on the car. He's got 30 seconds to get out of pit lane again, so you have to be quick with it.
We currently have Outguard trying to improve on his lap, currently down in P8, which is not brilliant time for Outguard. Maybe he can do a bit better than that now. He's got a reset, meaning he bailed on that lap. He's just about got enough time to get to the line. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, currently on James here. He's hit the wall in the last corner on the entry.
He's got 2 yellow sectors. Let's see if this lap can result in anything.
It was most likely an out lap, so I think this... No, it was definitely a flying lap. That's unfortunate.
And he is reset, and he is done for Q3. The best James again is P5. That is unfortunate. And we have Chris Boy starting their lap.
Yeah, currently on board with Outguard here to see if he finishes off this lap. Where will he finish this qualifying session? He's got about 20 seconds. Oh, he's at the sausage curb. Never mind.
Outguard's on an out lap.
Is that? Oh. Well, hopefully he'd set up well.
He's about to start his lap. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, but currently...
Starting his lap. Going through the first right-hander. Nice and smooth all the way through with a little slide on exit.
Don't think that's going to be great for him. But he's still keeping it clean. Surely he still can improve on this lap. Oh, that's not good. Oh.
And he's going to continue.
No, he's called it a day.
Unfortunately, the maximum for Outguard today is only P8. That's not good for the Moroccan. Dino Monkey is on a lap. He just says 79 sector 1, which is blisteringly quick. See if he can... He's done a 22 dead in sector 2. He's not actually improved on his sectors, but let's see if he can put it all together for a quicker lap.
Well, coming to the final corner and to the line. Can he take pole position away from Chris? He's the last one, I think, that can take it. And to the main straight and across the line. He doesn't
He can't
improve.
do it. We currently have Train Pig and Chris Boy on a lap. Neither of them improving. The only one out on track currently improving is Epic Lexar.
So with that, Chris Boy takes pole position here on our return to Berlin. Dino Monkey will take P2 and Train Pig in P3. The only three drivers in the sub 1 minute times. Epic Lexar will take P4 with a 1 minute 0.0. Then James just behind. Hios in P6, Just Miriam in P7, Outguard in P8, Astronomical in P9, and Clocks in P10.
That was one interesting session with some shocks for some drivers and some good surprises for others, with Hayos up in P6. a nice return to form for him in the Midnight Star. And G-Force having a 1-4 with Epic only a tenth off of P2, which is also a good return to form for him. Let's see what they can do in the race. We'll be back in 10 minutes before the race, I say.
Yeah, we'll see you all soon. Hello, everyone. We're back here. We're about to get the race underway, but we have an interview here with G-Force here, the team owner for G-Force Racing. How are you doing here?
I'm doing quite well, after qualifying especially.
Yeah, P1 and P4, very good job by your drivers. What do you expect from them today in this race?
Hopefully, I mean with the pole, hopefully we can get a win, but obviously we need that consistency. But I'm hoping for a double podium. That's best case, and I think we can do that.
That would be hopeful for you, and obviously, strategy-wise, do you want to give anything away? Do you have any thoughts on the strategy you want to say?
Uh, Strategy is the fastest possible strategy for us.
Are we looking at a one or a two stop race?
Probably, buff. To be honest, I don't know.
That's not
Uh, I guess we'll see.
good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts you have before going into this race?
Um. um, Uh, kind of.
Spell it out then.
Yeah. Like, hopefully, I don't know, we can get the win. And hashtag um, got nothing.
Hashtag got nothing.
As a yeah.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
for a season as a whole, what are you hoping? You hoping you can fight for the constructors this season?
Yep. I feel like I wanna do a McLaren, but not like how they've been in real life. Just get 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and yeah, win the constructors. I think we can do it.
So winning without the hassle. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. And the stupidity. And then I'll
As
go on
you
the radio saying, "Is this the World Championship hotline?"
as you know, last season I was your engineer. Is it a bit more organised this season with new strategists, or is this my
Well, we do have some data for the race, so I think it's overall positive. It's the same as probably last season, which doesn't sound good, but I think, well, maybe a little better actually. We've got Sealy, and he doesn't have, his sickness, so he'll be fine now.
That's good to
you
hear, at
looking
least.
forward to a season with Epic Lexa and Chris Boy?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And hopefully it doesn't raise my blood pressure, because, yeah, no, don't want that.
Last season definitely did that.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Yeah. Actually,
Anyway, we'll let you get back to the team now. It's been
Yeah,
good
all right,
having you here.
cool. Thank
Thank
you,
you for the
thank you, thank
interview.
you. You're most welcome.
of course, we will have the season opener here in Berlin happening shortly. Uh, just some administration stuff going on. We'll be back for the race soon enough, which is in a few minutes. Am I correct on that?
In 3 minutes, I believe.
All right, we'll be back for that then. It's been 357 days since we last raced in Romula One, and now we are here for the Season 6 season opener here in Berlin. We're just a few moments away from getting it done, and we see some cars flying around in the pit lane. Players, how do you feel about today?
I think it's going to be an interesting one with Chris so far leading the pack, but with Dino and Train not that far behind. It's going to be tight, that's for sure. See if the teams can get their strategies right with a new season after all this time.
Yeah, it has been a long time, and surely drivers at the top are still at the top of their game. Chris, of course, as you said, on pole position with the 59.8, but Dino Monkey and Train just following closely behind. Can they get the win today?
We do have some unfortunate news for Dino
yeah,
Monkey,
right. Yeah.
He has a 3-place grid penalty after going backwards on track, putting him down to P5.
Yeah, that does promote Train Pig up into P3, Epic Lexer into P3. Sorry, Train Pig into P2, Epic into P3, and then James up into P4. A bit of a disappointment
Be
there.
Interesting to see if he can fight back.
He should be able to. It's a bit of a disappointment for him, but he should be able to fight back from where he is now, especially with the pace he has. But everyone in the top 5 is very fast.
Yeah, they're all fast with their own respects. And shall we go for our race predictions now?
Yeah.
Go for our podium?
Yeah, top 3. You can start off.
Oh, put pressure on me. I reckon Chris is gonna win this one. I reckon even if the strategy blunder happens, he just has the ultimate pace today.
Yeah, that is what really matters. Who else
and
in the
then
podium?
I shall say James in P2 and Dino Monkey P3.
Interesting. All right. I would have said Chris would probably take the win. I would have said James into P2 and then Train. I would say Epic in P3 because I just don't think Train and Dino Monkey can keep that consistency throughout the race. They usually have that issue.
It's gonna be interesting to find out. We've both gone for Chris and James P1 and P2. See if we're just idiot commentators or not. With them all lining up on the grid now.
Yeah, just waiting for everyone to finally get settled into their spots. I think everyone's still trying to find out where they are after this grid penalty.
Looking at the strategy, we have Chris on mediums. We have we've got Train Pig on mediums. We have Epic Lex on mediums. Then in P4 we have James on the softs.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think we have seen this strategy play out with a one-stop. I think so, at least, if my memory recalls correctly, from softs to hards.
And Epic Lex has put his car in a wall.
That's brilliant stuff from him.
Then in P5 we have Dino Monkey going the complete opposite way with hards.
That's an interesting call. Usually people use the softer compounds at the start of the race to really keep up with everyone else. Actually, both accelerates on the hard compounds.
I can't currently see Outguard, but
But
I presume they have a plan.
He's at the back of the field right now. He does have the hard compounds on. Actually, I think everyone has.
So we have a very split strategy today with the top 5, all 3 different compounds being used.
I actually think.
We've just had our top 3 disappear.
Yeah, the cars have just despawned. But I think everyone is starting on the medium compound, apart from 2 teams, which are, if I can find out the teams real quick. James's team, which is, what was it again?
NWA. Is it NWA?
James's?
No, Spectron.
No, Spectron.
Sorry, Spectron.
Yeah, so Spectron is on the
teams
softs, and Accelerate is on the hard compounds. Everyone else is on the mediums.
As well as having the new Isota, I believe.
Isota?
At the back on hards.
Are they?
There's an Isota at the back on hards, I believe. Unless this is a different team entirely.
Let me see if we can find them.
Who's number 19?
Let's see. That is, I believe that is an Isota. Yeah. Sure as hell looks like it.
in P17 on the hards.
Yeah, P17 is. Is that Meow?
Yes, it is. Going for the hards from the back, trying to mix it up.
We'll see how that plays out.
So obviously we've got 3 different strategies going on today, with a majority of the teams selecting the medium to start with. However, we have just seen Train Pig change to softs before the start.
Interesting. He's seeing everyone else, and he's just like, "Yep, I have to follow that."
Maybe he was trying to bluff some people out by going on the mediums and then switching. Who knows?
Actually, there's a lot of drivers now onto the softs. The R question is on screen, and no one. I don't think everyone's lined up yet.
Not everyone's on the grid yet, but we are getting ready to go with both of the. Which team is this? Both of the Praria racing cars on softs as well, which is going to be an interesting strategy.
Yep. Been told to jump in and
But
out.
I think we do have everyone on the grid now.
Does seem it's a packed grid today.
All 18 drivers ready to go.
45 laps.
Sorry, 17. We've lost one.
I think it's similar, yeah. 45 laps around this Berlin street circuit. Who will take the win here today on Romula One's return? And it's go, go, go. All right, then. I don't think whoever's in P2 was not ready for that. It's a great start there for James. Up into P1, both G-forces into P2 and P3. Keeping it clean. One of the G-forces is a little bit wide. But I think the top 4 have run away from the rest of the field. I think, was it Train? Or is it,
I think Train had a bad start all the way down to P5, as well as Chris going down to P3. James at the front, though, if we could get a screen share.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of people were caught off guard with that's how we were going to start the race. But we have started the race that way, and Train sadly did not take that quickly enough. Currently, I think Chris Boy into the lead with his teammate Epic in P2. James falling behind in P3 with Dino Monkey in P4. Bit of a mistake there, I think, from Epic. Now he's being attacked by James into turn 1. I think James has the position already on the main straight. And that's him up into P2. Now he can go ahead and attack Chris. On the soft compound, he should be able to keep up with him and possibly overtake. Maybe he'll try to get a gap on Chris once he passes. Currently looking back, there's Train, who's kept up with the top 5 at least. He's in P5 and he's caught up to them. He's now behind Dino Monkey. Could be trying to make an overtake soon, going onto the main straight. Just got to keep it clean through the S's now. Bit of a sausage curve take there by Dino Monkey. And now Train Pig all over the back of him into the final corner. Can he get the overtake done? Side by side onto the main straight. I think with the better run, I think Train Pig might be able to take the position away. Also looking up ahead, James into the lead now, ahead of Chris. Train also up into P4. Now car ahead of him is Epic Lexer. Through the first sector, very close together with this top 5. This is a lot closer than I thought it'd be, especially with the split tire compounds on everyone. Into the DRS. Chris back up into the lead. James P2. Train trying to take P3 away from Epic, but Dino Monkey also in the battle here. Basically side by side through the S's. I think that's Train just barely into P3, but Dino Monkey might be able to take the position away from Epic as well, trying to pounce on any sort of mistake from him. A little bit wide there from Epic as well. Can't seem to do it just yet. I think Dino Monkey might just want to stay behind. He's gone a little bit deep in there. Lost a little bit of time. The leader's at the front, though. James with the DRS now trying to get past Chris at the front. Side by side into turn 1. I think James will have the position just barely ahead of Chris. And Train Pig now back up to the front as well. We'll try to take that position away from Chris as well. Looking very racy within the first 4 laps of this race. Dino Monkey has fallen off a little bit. So has Train Pig and Epic, but they're still very close to each other. Epic back up into P3. DRS wide open for Chris, trying to keep up with James and through the right-hander and into the final sector with the S's. A little bit wide there from James and Epic. Chris a little bit more to the inside on the exit. And now trying to go side by side through the S's. Much better run through there on the right-hander and gets the position done. Into the final corner. James going for the overtake. Can't seem to do. I think Chris will get the better run, but James has the DRS still. Looking back, Train Pig and Epic still side by side for P3 for that final podium spot in only the first 5 laps of this race. Everyone's very racing through, very wide there from Train in the background. And it's still side by side for the lead as well. This is very good for the... Oh, that's James going super wide, but this is very good for the G-Force drivers on the medium compound, keeping up with the softs and really kind of beating them at most of the time. James now side by side with Epic Lexer. Yeah, massive mistake from him in the first sector of this lap, and now he has to defend from the G-Force of Epic Lexer through the final S's. Epic trying to... Ooh, he's hit the sausage curbs, and he's lost some time from that. That might allow Train Pig and Dino Monkey back into this fight. James now straight right on the back of Chris once again. He's caught back up, especially with the help of the DRS, and now into turn 1. What can James do? Down the inside, goes a bit wide, swoops back into the inside for the switchback, keeps position. Still holding on to P2. Looking farther down the grid, Outguard and ASM also battling it out for P6. ASM up into P6 on the soft compound. So it's a great start for him from P11 up into P6. Outguard in P7, just Miriam in P8. Hiaz P9, Astronomical in P10. Cloxed in P11. Still the top 5 battle it out. Still within DRS of each other. This is looking very good for the medium compound runners, and even Dino Monkey on the hards. If he can keep up with them on the hard compound, this is brilliant for him. Less than a second separates our top 4. This is a brilliant opener to the Season 6. I've just realized Play has just left. Well, that's unfortunate. I was wondering when he was going to talk as well. Bit of a gap has widened up at the front there for Chris. This might help him a little bit, but DRS still there for James, and now he's being attacked by Epic. Don't think Epic has anything in the locker, though. Not right now, at least. Through the final S's, can Epic make any move on James here? Maybe he can help his teammate secure that 1-2 for G-Force. No positions really being made or lost here. We can go back down to the rest of the field. We can go with ASM here for Spectron here, just ahead of Outguard and Just Miriam, fighting for these positions outside the top 5. Outguard actually trying to make the overtake on Just Miriam after losing out on the position. But Just Miriam up into P7. Outguard P8. Bit more to the inside, Outguard for the previous corner, so not that one though. Oh, and that's... Oh, no! No, Dino Monkey! No, that's a huge... What? He's lost his front wing somewhere. He's made a massive mistake in the first sector. He's lost his front wing. Absolutely calamitous from the Accelerate driver. He was doing super well on the hard compound, and sadly he is... After I switched from the front... Oh, that's a sausage curve, Dino Monkey. That's another sausage curve. He is hitting all of them. Super unfortunate for the Accelerate driver. On the season opener, immediately loses his front wing within the first 10 laps and now has to pit. This is disastrous for his chances on the podium. That's not what you want to see from someone who's this fast and who could have fought for this win. Also into the pits goes the Zanlio, just silent onto the median compound. Really quick, we'll just see what tire Dino Monkey goes onto. He goes onto, once it changes, another hard compound. So he's going to hards. He might make another pit stop near the end. But back up to the front. You can go on board with Chris. There he is in the lead right now. Epic in P2. James made a mistake, I think, as well, down in P4. So a lot of things just happened at the front that I sadly did not capture. My bad. So James loses 4 seconds in the top 3 of Chris, Epic, and Train, now well ahead. James might try to help his teammate here, at least who's in P5. It's a good recovery for him. Still 35, 36 laps left to go in this race. There's still some time to be able to catch back up for these drivers, but it's going to be a very hard job to complete. Back up to the front. Train Pig with the DRS. He's still trying to keep up with the G-Force drivers. He's on the soft compound, so I'm surprised. I mean, unless the soft's already falling off, I'm surprised he isn't really keeping up with them that well. He is exactly a second off of Epic Lexer. He is basically outside of the DRS range. So now at the front, Epic Lexer and Chris Boy 1 and 2. This is what G-Force in the interview really wanted to see happen. It's a bit of a tank slapper there at the end for Epic. Into turn 1. Chris still holding onto the lead. I think he's kind of widening the gap on his teammate. He still wants to keep up with him though, just so that Train Pig doesn't get any more DRS and they will hope that he falls behind. Back to the fight for P4, 5-ish. James still holding on to P4. ASM, his teammate. P5 now being attacked by Outguard here. With Zahiya's there, also joining the battle. Just Miriam falling off a little bit. It's 3 wide basically into this the right-hander off the DRS straight. 3 wide still. ASM just ahead, I believe, with Outguard second in this train, but still battling it out with each other. That's a sausage curve for the Accelerate driver. Lost a little bit of time, but he's still with them. Just Miriam having a front row seat of this battle. Yeah, that's Outguard as well, going a little bit wide there. Not too wide where he loses a bunch of time, but it's not perfect for him. That's lag. Uh-oh. There we go. So currently Hiya's up into P5. ASM still holding on to P6 for now. Still right behind him, and now they could catch James, who's now losing about half a second, really, every lap or two to the top. Train Pig also outside of DRS range from the top 2. Looking down the grid, there's still a battle for P10 between Clocked and Green Ninja Warrior as well. Side by side into the right-hander. Green Ninja Warrior trying to get back up into the points after qualifying P12, but he has a midnight star of Clocks right ahead of him, stopping him from taking that position. Currently, Train Pig also now 2 seconds behind Chris. Epic just within a second. I don't know if he can keep the DRS. It might be very difficult for him to keep the DRS. Back down to the battle for P5. ASM now back up into P5. Hiya's into P6. Outguard into P7. Side by side here through the first sector, kind of. And now they've catched James, and now they're trying to overtake James. James down 1 position. He's down basically 2 positions onto the DRS rate. I think James just back up into P5 and now up into P4. But the two teammates still battling it out. James going a little bit wide. ASM ahead barely by half a car length. Still side by side through the S's. This is exactly the... Oh, that's a sausage curve for the Midnight Star. He's still good to go, though. This is exactly what ASM was looking for. And into the pits goes the two Spectron drivers, double stacking into the pits. They can, I believe they can choose different pit boxes, though, so it's a fine. Oh, or they just go in the same one. It's exactly the same pit stop, and off they go. James just gets ahead of his teammate, I believe, or is it... It's basically too close to call. I think James is just barely ahead of ASM. But they lasted 13 laps on the soft compound. That means Train Pig will be coming in soon. Let's see. Yeah, Epic Lexer has fallen off from his teammate, and now Chris has no one behind him. He could just run away with this lead. But that also means Epic Lexer might be vulnerable to anyone behind him without that DRS, without being able to keep up with Chris. Yep, Train into the pit lane now. He will most likely also follow suit and go onto the medium compound. So this, it seems like it could be a two-stop from soft, medium, soft, or just a one-stop if those mediums can last that long. I'm not sure how it's going to work out for them. But there goes Train Pig onto the medium compound and coming out the pit lane. He will come out. Some cars coming across the main straight. I think he's still ahead of the Spectrons. We'll have to find out. Here comes across to turn one. He's ahead of the Assault. Is that the Assaulta? I believe that is. Let me see. Is that Super Yop? It's not Super Yop. He's lost a front wing. So that was Meow. Super Yop has lost his front wing, and Train Pig will now take P9 away from him once he catches up. Unfortunate from the Assaulto driver, but now he'll have to pit in, make an early pit stop for him. That's not what he wanted to see. Yeah, Super Yop also being passed by his teammate Meow. Back up to... I mean, here's the Spectron still battling it out here through the S's. Back up to the front, though. Chris with a 2-second gap at the front. Blisteringly. I don't know how he's going to finish that. He's just flying through this track right now. Epic in P2 with P3 currently outguard and Hiaz fighting it. Side by side through the first S's. Hiaz just ahead for Midnight Star. And then just Miriam just behind these two as well. That was astronomical as well. P6 in the background. Bit of a lull period. We can see Meow trying to defend for P10. He's being passed by the two Spectrons. It's really a fight that he can't win. He's gone wide and he's lost. He's now down to P12. It's a long game for him. It's a long game. Green Ninja Warrior up into P8. After, I believe I think he's made a pit stop, unless it was a completely different strategy. I think it's a different strategy, but Green Ninja Warrior in P8. Trying to keep up with the rest of them. Clocks to P7. Back up to the podium. Hiaz just barely ahead. Oh my days! That's a huge sausage curb take from Hiaz. He's somehow kept the car out of the wall without any control in the air. Good job from him, but he's lost the position to outguard. He's definitely been rattled by that, and surely he'll have to keep it a little bit more clean. But he's still, it's very lucky that he's still good to go in this race. In the back, I think that's astronomical. No, it's not. Wait, what? Oh, those are lap cars. Never mind. Yeah, it was. That was. Yeah, I thought I saw. It was a Unmaster. Yeah, he's kind of battling it out with just Miriam. but he will be lapped soon enough by the Italian. And there we go. Well, just Miriam actually likes to be called the Italian Jesus, interestingly enough. So we have our own Antonio Giovinazzi on the field. Currently in P5 before pit stops. He's struggling to overtake the lapped car. Back up to the front, Chris, widening the gap 2.6 seconds. The gap now to his teammates in P2. Epic Lexer into the pit lane, onto the hard compound. Should be to the end. It's a one stop for the G-Forces, I believe. 27 laps to the end. If it takes about 18 laps on the median compound, I think we'll see some more people into the pits. So that's Outguard in P2, Hiaz in P3, and just Miriam into P4. Epic Lexer comes out the pit lane just ahead of both Spectrons. I believe he's just behind Green Ninja Warrior. So we'll see. I'm guessing this is more of an undercut, or at least not to double stack their drivers. But I think we'll see Chris into the pit lane soon enough. Yeah, there we go. Into the pit lane. Chris Boy, our race leader. Excuse me, he's not in a pit box. Get in a pit box. He's losing time in the pit lane. That was a massive time loss. He might lose the lead. The provisional lead to his teammate after that blunder in the pit lane. Where is Epic Lexer? He's coming across the main straight. I think that's him into the provisional lead. He's just ahead. And Train Pig as well in this battle. Oh, never mind. That was not Train Pig. Who was that? Oh, it was James. I keep getting the cars mixed up. They're both red cars. But James, after that huge mistake from Chris, has allowed Epic to take the provisional race lead, and also James, with this strategy call, has caught up to him. DRS wide open. I think that's a car going wide on this. That's the San Liege of Silent. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, massive blunder there from the race leader. The Flying Dutchman making a massive mistake, and now he'll have all his work cut out for him against his teammate. Actually, he might be able to overtake Epic right now. He has the fresher tires, he has the DRS. It might just happen soon enough. Side by side through the first sector. I mean, he's going for it. Still side by side. Can't quite make the overtake happen just yet. Going on to the DRS straight. Well, the back straight. Tight right-hander. Can he make the move here? Going for the better run, the switchback. Can't get it done, and not through the S's. He'll have to bide his time. Better run through the S's though. Oh, the sauce curb. Gets him a little bit out of sorts. Still with him though. Side by side into turn one now. Chris trying to take the lead, the provisional lead away from his teammate, Epic Lexer. Still side by side through sector 1. Epic still holding on to this lead. He is very fast. Still side by side. They're basically inside of each other. Interesting thought for you guys to have. Chris has the DRS, and that will give him the position. Just barely. He's gone a little bit wide, going for the switchback again. And it's still side by side into the final S's. They've just caught up to... That's Hiaz. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, Hiaz. That's unfortunate. Hiaz has broken his front wing. I would be able to tell when that happened, but I can't open chat or else it just blocks the leaderboard. Unfortunate. That's a bit of an early stop for him. I would assume this is when he would have wanted to stop, around this time. So he's lost some time, but it won't be too much. He just needs to put on hards and possibly go to the end now. Yep, hard compounds to the end. Let's go back up to this battle between the two G-Force drivers. They also see the top two just ahead of them, I think. Just Miriam in the lead for now. He hasn't made his pit stop yet. He's being attacked by Drain Pig. And that's the lead loss. I mean, he's made it to the lead, so it's a brilliant job from him. ASM also pitted, Outguard also pitted, and now that's Miriam into the pit lane. 23 laps on those medium compound tires. So, Train Pig still with one stop, I believe, left in this race. Currently leading this race, 3 seconds ahead of the G-Force drivers. Dino Monkey, after qualifying P2 and getting a 3-place grid penalty and losing his front wing at the start of this race, in P8, trying to make a recovery drive. That's a wall, Train. That's not what you want to do. Train, of course, Season 4 had an amazing fight with Dakar after sadly falling down the field. Last season, in Season 5 as well, finishing in P2, I believe, behind Critical Noob by 2.7 seconds after pitting onto softs and trying to fight his way back up to the front. Currently now Train Pig in the lead of this race on the median compound, trying to do his best to at least get on the podium, maybe even win this race, but I think it might not be good enough because the two G-Force drivers have gained 8/10 on him since I last checked. And there they are, the two pink cars in the background, hunting down Train Pig. Train Pig currently battling with a lapped car on the soft compound. That's not really what he wants to do, the dirty air and all that. There's also a Provera ahead of them. I believe it's Racing 22. So here comes Chris and Epic trying to chase him down. Bit of a different entry for Epic compared to Chris. Looking down the grid, Cloxed in P8. Battling with just Miriam in P9. Yeah, just Miriam with this with the new hards just behind him, trying to chase him down again for P8. The two Accelerate drivers also in P6 and P7. Dino Monkey with a very, very early pit stop. His tires might be a little bit more older than Outguard's. And then there's Meow in P10. Bit of a recovery driver. I think he qualified around P17-ish. Yeah, he qualified P17. Or at least he went on Q1. That's a huge slide from him. Yeah, but up into the top 10 currently. This would be a decent drive for him. Currently with Outguard. He's being caught a little bit by his teammate Dino Monkey there. 5/10 behind. Chris now 1 second behind Train Pig. He'll be catching him this lap. We can go on board to Chris. Him and Epic just behind. They are right there. They're all within a second of each other. Train might try to do the same strategy that he tried last season, which was basically over a year ago, which is to make a two-stop, get back onto the soft compounds, and absolutely drive your life out and try to catch with Chris and Epic. It might be a little bit more doable since it's not Critical Noob this time, but it's going to be a hard challenge for Train Pig to do. He's now being passed by Chris into the entry of the S's, still side by side. into the final corner with that. Zanlio is just ahead of him. That's a wall, Train. That's a wall. Train into the wall. He's still good to go. Hasn't broken anything on the car, thankfully. As AWS would say, it's negative 10 centimeters to the wall. It's a bit too much wall. He's lost a lot of time as well, and that's going to allow Epic to possibly take P2 away from Train. And Train should be coming into the pits in a few laps to get back onto the soft compound and try to catch up to these G-Force drivers. Looking behind, just Miriam also has taken the position away from Clocks. He's up into P8. Both Midnight Stars in P9 and P10. Astronomical trying to take P10 away from Hiaz, though. Still a second behind. Oh, over a second behind Hiaz, but there's still time for him to catch up to him. Miauti made his pit stop as well, so he's down into P14. That's a sausage curb, Astronomical. Train Pig down into P3. He's lost time. So we'll have to wait and see when he makes that pit stop. I think the same will be said for both Spectrons. They'll have to make the pit stop, and then they'll try to push their way past everyone. They'll be coming out. They'll be coming out around P. Oh, that's a car in the wall. That was Silent. I believe that was Silent, who's just absolutely binned the car. Yeah, it was Silent. He's absolutely binned it. So, Silent down in P17, 2 laps down on the soft compound. Sadly, is our first DNF of the season. Currently, Chris with a 1.4 second gap at the front. Train Pig, Epic in P2, Train Pig in P3. Another second really behind Epic. Can he catch up? He's gonna keep up with Epic at the very least. He's within DRS range once we get to the once we get to the back straight. Still gonna have to work very hard once he comes back into the pits. It'll be 15 laps to go once we cross the line. So this is about the time that Train Pig should be pitting in onto the soft compound. This is about it's about 14 laps, 13 to 14 laps on how long they lasted on the softs. So within the next few laps, Train Pig should be pitting in soon, and we'll see Train Pig try to battle his way up the field. It'll be the same thing, I think, for James and ASM. Back behind is Outguard and Dino Monkey, still very close to each other. Outguard just ahead of his teammate. Dino Monkey into the pit lane off his hard compounds. There you go. Yep. There's both Spectrons in the pit lane, both onto soft compounds. That's exactly what I was talking about. And now they'll be trying to fight their way back up past Outguard, past just Miriam and Clocks as well, maybe. That's the Dino Monkey also onto the soft compound. So basically the same strategy, apart from losing his front wing at the start. We'll see how they do trying to catch up to everyone else in front of them. James comes out. Is that P5? Nope. P6? P7? Oh dear. It's P7 for James. He doesn't want to do that. He'll easily get past just Miriam and Clocks for P5. He'll have to catch Outguard, who's in P4. That'll be the same thing for ASM and Dino Monkey there behind. Hiaz in P10. On the back of them. He doesn't have DRS, sadly. So he'll be fighting for the last points positions. Train into the pit lane. He's gone onto the soft compound 1 lap after James, ASM, and Dino Monkey. He was 2 seconds off the back of Epic. Or back off the back of Chris, really. 3 seconds. He's come out ahead of just Miriam for P4. Outguarded to P3. So Train Pig, I think, will have the podium down for him. It's just when will he get those overtakes done. We'll keep an eye on that. But James now bearing down on clocks to 4P. Oh my days! Well then, that might be a slight commentator's curse. He's hit the sausage curb with his rear right tire, and he hits a massive tank slapper. Still good to go, thankfully. He might have killed his tires a little bit. And also, Code Brown in the car. But he's still good to go, and he'll do his best to take P6 and P5 back from Miriam and Cloxed. Train Pig 7 seconds behind Outguard. James 4 seconds behind Cloxed. He's lost 2 seconds for doing that. Dino Monkey as well, right behind ASM. Actually, ASM I think has been passed by Dino Monkey now. So Dino Monkey back up into P8. He'll try to keep up with James and try to take P4, P5, something like that, once they catch up. 13 laps left in this race. The gap at the front, 2.5 seconds. Outguard another 16 seconds behind, and then another 5 seconds. Train Pig, he's gained 2 seconds on Outguard. James as well has gained a few seconds on Clocks. He's now 2 seconds behind him. Oh, that's just Miriam spun off into the S's. Looking through the field, just Miriam has made a massive mistake in the S. I'm sure he's gone 0 for the sausage curbs. And that's him down into P9. Just ahead of Heoz. James up into P6. Now less than a second behind Cloxed. Oh my days! Massive mistake from Cloxed. Hits the wall again. He's hit the wall twice. And that's him down 3 positions. That's him down into P8. That's an easy overtake for the 3 drivers on the softs. And that will be P8 basically confirmed for Cloxed unless he makes another mistake. Or the other drivers can catch up with him. There's still a massive battle though for P9. Just Miriam and Heoz within a second of each other. Back up to the front. Train Pig now 3 seconds behind Outguard. We had his teammate just ahead of him, Green Ninja Warrior. Surely Green Ninja Warrior will be able to help him. Maybe give him the DRS down the back straight. Oh, that's him in the wall. Is this his front wing's gone? Never mind. He cannot help him. Green Ninja Warrior down in P13 lost his front wing. And I think it's a debut drive for him. This is not good for him. This is not good at all. Unfortunate. But this field is very difficult. Back up to Train Pig. He's now basically within a second of Outguard. The gap at the front, 9/10 for Train Pig behind Outguard. Looking back as well, Dino Monkey within a second of James. Maybe he could take P5 away from him. 10 laps left to go in this race. 9 once they cross the line again. That's a sausage curve for Train. They do like hitting those curbs. Going a little bit wider for Train Pig, and now trying to make the pass through the S's. It's done and dusted. Train Pig back up onto the podium. That is P3 for the NWA driver. With about 9 laps left to go in this race. James I don't think he can catch Outguard. I don't think that's possible at all. Down the grid, we can look at just Miriam trying to defend from Heoz, therefore P8. A little bit wide there for the Italian, and now Hiaz with a good overtake. Great run, but just Miriam has the DRS. Maybe he can make the overtake back into turn 1. He can't do it. Still there. A little bit more to the inside. Less track having to drive through. Still side by side through the first sector. It's not enough for just Miriam, I think. It still has the DRS though. James 10 seconds behind Outguard. Can he catch up? Can he gain 10 seconds on Outguard? Epic Lexer, I think he's made a massive mistake. He's now 7 seconds behind his teammates. So I think Chris has most likely taken this win, unless he makes a mistake. These two still battling it out though. Cloxed and just Miriam. Miriam with the better line. I think Hiaz might have the better run. And now they're actually catching up to Clox there for P7. Still side by side through turn 1. And now they've caught up to Clox. It is a 3-car battle here for P7. The 2 Midnight Stars and the Lone Hue Performance. 3 wide through Sector 1. I believe this is just Miriam's debut in Romula One. Hiaz had his debut season last season in Season 5, and Clox is a seasoned veteran of Romula One. Who will take P7? Will it be Clox? Will it be just Miriam? Will it be Hiaz? We have 6 laps basically, to find out who takes P7 from these 3 drivers. Gap between James and Outguard now 8 seconds. He's gained 2 seconds. Maybe James can't do it. Maybe James could actually catch Outguard. Just to note, Dino Monkey has DNF'd from this race. He's pulled it in. I don't see what happened there. I don't think it's a crash. I think it's just normal Dino Monkey stuff where he just parks it. He's done for the day. Just Miriam behind both Midnight Stars. Oh, wait, actually, no, never mind. Clox has made a mistake? I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to look through the field. My bad. But that's Hiaz up into P7. Just Miriam into P8 and Clox in P9. He's way back now. Now I think it's going to be between just Miriam and Clox. Sorry, not Clox. Hiaz for P7. Gap between Outguard and James. 7 seconds. 6 laps left to go in this race. Oh, that's a tap of the wall for Hiaz. Just Miriam trying to take P7 away from him. Side by side through turn 1, a little bit more wide for just Miriam. And then cuts back in for the exit. Still side by side for sector 1. Hiaz just barely ahead. Chris now with a 7.7 second gap at the front with 5 laps left to go in this race. Train pick in P3, 14 seconds behind the top, the leader, 7 seconds basically behind Epic Lexer. Outguard another 7 seconds there, 21 behind the leader. James 6 seconds behind him, basically gaining a second a lap. Currently on board with Hiaz and just Miriam, the battle for P7 in the dying laps. They've been side by side basically for the last 3 laps. Who's gonna win this battle between these 2 drivers? Hiaz basically has had the better of Miriam throughout these last few laps, but Miriam being able to keep up with him with the DRS and also through the S's with the dirty air and all. But I think with that mistake going onto the DRS straight, it might be over. Still able to keep up with him though. 4 laps left to go in this race. Train Pig now 5 seconds behind Epic Letzer. James also 4 seconds behind Outguard. They are catching these drivers by a second a lap, essentially. We'll keep an eye on that, but right now, Hiaz and Miriam still battling it out for P7. As I'm a broken record player for the last 4 laps, basically. Outguard still 4 seconds ahead of James. Epic still, what is that, 5 seconds ahead of Train Pig? That's 4. I think that's 4. That's 3.9. It's 4 seconds, yeah. Train Pig catching a second again. It's not enough. I don't think Train Pig has enough time to catch Epic Letzer. James could? What's the gap between those two? 22.1, 25.1. It's 3 seconds. He's gaining a second a lap. He could catch Outguard for P4. But just Miriam, I think, made a mistake through the S's with the sausage curb, and now that's Hiaz into P7. We can go on board with James really quickly. He is absolutely flying. 2 seconds behind Outguard. We see him with he has the DRS of the Pereira driver just ahead of him. I think that's Racing 22. James has a lot of work to do. He needs to gain 2 seconds in the last 2 laps. But with the DRS for Outguard, it might just be enough for him to keep P4. Gap at the front, 7.2 seconds. Chris has got this in the bag. Train Pig doing his best, but he's still 3 seconds behind him. And James still 2 seconds off of Outguard, who has the DRS up the lap car, which is very helpful for him. This is exactly what Outguard needed. James was catching a second a lap, essentially, and he was on course to possibly pass him. But with the lapped car giving DRS to Outguard, it is possibly just enough for Outguard to keep P4 away from the Spectron driver. But now Outguard just has now passed the Pereira. Let's see. Last lap, white flag. I think that's more of a NASCAR thing. Chris. Okay. Yeah, ignore that. It is still the last lap of this race. Bit of a side event happened. Oh dear, something's messed up with that. But James passing the lap car is still the white flag. We can go on board with Chris here. I think that's an exploiter who's joined the server who's doing this. But Chris, it's been over a year. His last win, December 7th. Oh no. As usual in road racing, these things do happen. That does happen a lot, I'll be honest. It happens a lot. Let's see what's going on here in the Discord. It's just normal road racing stuff where an exploiter decides to join on the final lap and cause chaos like that. I think they banned everyone. Going back to the times just before the exploiter decided to do his thing, Chris was in the lead by 7.4 seconds. Another second and a half behind was Train Pig in P3, Outguard in P4 with a 1.4 second gap to James in P5, ASM in P6, Hiaz in P7, just Miriam in P8, Cloxed in P9, and Astronomical Fish in P10, who was about 10 seconds ahead of P11. Astronomical in P10 was the last car on the lead lap. Everyone from 11th down was a lap down or DNF'd. As of right now, I think the exploiter banned everyone because I mean that's the message it's showing right now for the server and everyone else. I think. Unfortunate news for our season 6 opener after a year-long absence of Romula One. It looks like it's confirmed that they'll most likely just take the lap results from lap 44. So with the results in, they'll take it from the end of lap 44 after uh, absolute cinema. Yeah, let's go for that. Really quickly, let me just put this in. So those are the results for the German Grand Prix, the Berlin Grand Prix, round 1 here for season 6. Very sad end to the race. Chris Boyd does take the win though. It's been over a year since Chris last won in Romula One. It was the penultimate round of season 5. So Chris gets his first win of the season on the board and will lead this drivers' championship. Epic in P2. It's a great day for G-Force. Trimbig in P3. Outguard P4 after a very hard, it's very much deserved P4. Amazing work from him. James in P5, ASM P6, Heos P7, just Miriam in P8, Clocks to P9, Astronomical Fish rounds off the top 10. Meow in P11, Green Ninja Warrior in P12, Racing 22 in P13, Unmasked in P14, and Super Yelp DNF'd in P15. Dino Monkey also DNF'd P16. Silent are being our first DNF of the season, down in P17 after a massive wreck. Looking through this, I think we're just gonna call it here, mainly for the broadcast as well. Thank you everyone for joining us. Apologies, I guess, for the anticlimactic finish. We will see you all, I believe, next week or 2 weeks from now. I'll look at the calendar real quick. Next round is in Greece at Piraeus. I don't know how to say the name. My bad. Piraeus. Something like that. Next week is a sprint race weekend. Hopefully we don't have an exploiter deciding to ruin the finish of that one as well. But thank you all for joining, and we'll see you all next week for the Greece Grand Prix, or Piraeus Grand Prix, which I think is the Piraeus Grand Prix. Whatever happens, we'll see you all next week. Goodbye, everyone.